friends, Happy New Year. I am back with another video for you, and it is New Year themed. So at the end of every year and beginning of every year, I like to kind of take some time to do like a digital cleanup and just kind of get all my files and stuff in order, so that I can start the new year with like fresh, clean files, knowing where things are, not having tons of files on my computers or devices that I don't need. And so I kind of thought, what an appropriate time to maybe share this method with you guys, and maybe it can help one of you. So, okay. What I do is I go through a whole bunch of a big list of things, and I kind of purge and organize all the files in there, and I'm gonna walk you guys through all of that. I do this usually in December, but sometimes it carries over a little bit into January as well. So I've got my notes down here. Sorry, if you see me looking down, looking at the notes. Okay, here are the things that I do, that I kind of go through and clean up every year about this time to kind of start the year right. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I scan in all of my paper docs. So if I've got medical bills, I should actually step back and say, this encompasses like all my businesses and my personal life. So I'm doing personal documents and files, I'm doing documents and files for my design studio, and I'm doing documents and files for my product business, Phoenix Supply Co. So first thing I do is I scan in all my documents. I've went paperless on the majority of things, so this is not near as big of a task as it used to be, but every year, all year, I dump all my paper documents into just like a single bin. And then ideally in December before the year starts, or first thing after the new year starts, I go through and I scan them all in. I have a document scanner, so I sort them into piles, like health, like medical records, vehicle records, business documents, finance documents, and I kind of make all these different little piles. And then I scan each pile in and name it 2025 medical records. So I've got a document scanner. I will link it below. I think it's a Fujitsu ScanSnap. That's what it's called. So I'll link it below, or a comparable one below, just in case you're interested in that. And so I scan everything in, I get it organized, and then I put that in a pile to be shredded after my taxes are done, because I always just keep it just in case I realize I didn't get a good scan of something as I'm putting tax documents together. Okay, so that is the first thing I do. The second thing I do is I go through and I back up all my files to an external drive. So I'll just do like a master archive of all my design files that are still on my computer. I tend to archive projects. If they're a one-off project, I'll archive them as I go through the year. But I have many like ongoing clients, and so I'll archive all their files that I have on my computer. And in most cases, I leave a lot of them still on my computer because I still need them because they're an ongoing client. But I'll archive them just so that I know I have a backup. And bonus points, you can back it up twice. I mean, that's like extra safest. I just use like kind of one of those little small external drives. I will leave a link to that also in the description, the one that I've been using. Along with that, I also go in and I clean up my Google Drive folders. I've got a couple clients where I collaborate in their Google Drive, and it's like everything I add to theirs, it makes a copy in mine. Like, I don't know the way I understand it, but I end up with a lot of excess files in my Google Drive. So I clean those up so that it's not just like file madness everywhere. And yes, this does take a little time, probably like a weekend for the most part. Like the bulk of like one weekend, you can get almost all this done. But I personally just love starting January just without mess. So digital file mess. So okay, then the next thing I do, this is a multifaceted task. I create new file sets. So I have a certain sets of spreadsheets and folders that I use every year to organize various documents. So spreadsheets I create every year is revenue tracking. I've got like multiple sources of revenue. And so in order to kind of keep tabs on taxes, I've learned over the years to create this document that compiles everything together. And so I can be getting like a running total of where I'm at. I learned this the hard way by just checking like my invoicing, but haha, joke's on me, not everything comes through my invoicing. Like my Shopify store doesn't come through my bookkeeping software. My consignment payments are sometimes a check or an ACH direct to my bank, so it doesn't come through as an invoice in my billing software. So this is what I do, and I've got like a little line for each item. So I've got like design income, Shopify store income, which includes wholesale because the orders do come through Shopify. And then I've got a line item for like each consignment store that I would get paid from every month. And then I actually have this other little business. It's a 1099 template. So there's a line item for that. And then here's one that's easily forgotten: interest. If you keep money in like a high interest savings account, that'll accrue like a nice little sum of interest, and you've got to claim that as income on your taxes. So every month I go in and I tabulate interest and I put it in a line, and it all adds up at the end of the spreadsheet. So I'm a nerd. Yes. So revenue tracking spreadsheet, budget, like monthly budget, which is for my household. And then I track all my profits in another spreadsheet at the markets I go to. I actually have this template available on my website, on my Phoenix Supply Co. website, so phoenixsupply.co, and it's called, I think I call it a market profit tracking form or something like that. It's under tools. I'll put a link in the description to that as well, but I update that as I go, like after every market, and it kind of tabulates what my actual profit is after paying the booth fee, after assumed materials cost, other things like mileage and food and stuff like that. So I make a duplicate of that and start a fresh new one for the new year. And then I also keep a spreadsheet every time I order inventory. I miss a few of them through the year, but I try to log it to this spreadsheet so I can basically be seeing how much of something I ordered by the end of the year. And then if I'm really good and remember to do it, I add what's left at the end of the year. I still need to do that actually, now that I'm reading this list through to you. And then I also have a spreadsheet for planning my promotions for Phoenix Supply Co. every year. And so I'll make a new one of that. And usually by the end of the year, I'm having thoughts about how to iterate my promotion strategy. Like, oh, it was tiring, I did too much, or oh, I don't think I did enough, or there was like a whole quarter where I did nothing. So I'll make a new spreadsheet, but then I also like take some time to like strategize that spreadsheet. And then I also have a spreadsheet for like goals for the year. I've got like big goals, but you know, every big goal kind of has some smaller things to it. So like an example might be if I wanted to retheme my website, like, yeah, I have to retheme it, but I first have to like find the theme. So like in that spreadsheet, I would have like research themes, because I'm probably not doing everything all at once. I might spend one day researching themes and then like maybe 2 weeks later actually start doing the retheming, or maybe I've got to purge products before I retheme or whatever. So I've got a spreadsheet that tracks all of this, and I have kind of like a column for Strong Design for my design studio. I have a column for Phoenix Supply Co., my product business, my handmade product business. I've got a column for house stuff, and then I've got a column for like other ideas or personal kind of thing, kind of like the things that don't fit in those buckets. So those are kind of all my spreadsheets that I make. Lots of spreadsheets. Guys, I'm a nerd. I think I said in my intro video that I'm a left brain creative. You're seeing the left brain coming out right now. Okay, and then I also have these sets of folders that house a lot of these items. New folder sets that I create. I've got a set of folders for expenses, and then I print off receipts and put them in by month. Inside that. So there'll be like 2026 expenses, January, February, March, April. So I make those new folder sets. I do the same thing for payments received. I have a records folder that's kind of where things like medical receipts and car receipts and stuff like that goes. I've got the paper ones, but if they like email it to me, I'll just download a copy of it to that folder. Let's see, order forms. I have one vendor that I kind of have this process where I create these order forms to end. So like I like create a new folder for that. You might also have vendors that you order from where you kind of have to like submit an order form. And then I have like a promotions folder too, where it holds all my graphics for like my emails, my social media and stuff for those promotions that I made, planned out in the spreadsheet. So that's kind of like two parts of one whole task, like all these like new file sets. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting some things too, but that is what I could remember as I was doing this. And then the next thing I do is we are on thing number four. Thing number four, I clean up my computer desktops. I've got a desktop computer and a laptop computer, and I just like, you get the piles of stuff. I'm pretty clean, but I like it to be really clean. So I go through, clean those up. That's usually a fast little task. Okay, fifth item here, I purge my download folders, including my screenshots folder, so that those folders are nice and empty to start the year. That usually takes a while. This is probably my most hated task, but it's also like the task that just builds up. So I'll go through, I will, delete all the stuff that doesn't need to be kept. I'll organize into folders things that I do want to keep. And then kind of along similar lines, the sixth item that I do is I back up and organize all my photos for the year. Which is mostly just downloading them off my camera. I use Dropbox, so if I plug my phone into my computer, the Dropbox will automatically bring them in, or I'll airdrop them. I try to keep up with that actually throughout the year, but usually by like early summer, I've stopped. So there's usually a good 6 to 8 months worth of photos just hanging out on my folder or on my phone. So I try to back up and organize those, and I will take them off my phone, whatever I don't need, off my phone, arrange them in folders. Usually, if it's like family photos and stuff like that, I'll arrange them by month. If it's like Phoenix Supply Co. photos, I'll like arrange them by, if it's a craft show or if it's a vendor or if it's certain product photos, I'll put them in respective folders for those. And then I will make sure to back both of those up to that external hard drive that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so this is another time-consuming one, but I go through and I download sales reports from basically all my selling channels. I shouldn't say all. I've gotten to the point that I only evaluate mostly Phoenix Supply Co. stuff now. I've gotten to a point at this moment in my design studio where the bulk of my work's recurring. So it's just like retainers. But I used to do tons of one-off projects. I still take one-off projects, I just don't do as many of them. And earlier on, when pretty much all my work was one-off projects, I would download those and go through that sales report too to kind of find themes of like, oh, I did like 50% of my projects were branding projects. So clearly that's something people are coming to me for, and what do I need to do to is there anything I need to do to kind of streamline that process more or emphasize it more on my website or something? So that's what I would do with like the design studio stuff. I don't do that as much anymore, but I did back in the day. Now I mainly do for Phoenix Supply Co. because I'm trying to figure out what is, in general, what is selling, and then what is selling where in terms of like online, at markets, different consignment shops, through wholesale, like fair on wholesale. And just try to like, I'm always trying to optimize just to like, optimizing helps you increase your profits and like decrease your like hours invested or money invested by not buying products that aren't selling. So that's a time consuming little task. That's easily like a full day's worth of work. So, but important because usually I notice themes of like, oh, this isn't selling at this location. It's selling like hotcakes at this other like consignment shop, but it is not selling at all at this one. So I might as well just pull it, save the shelf space, and put something else that'll sell better. So that is a big one. And that was number 7. All right, we've got 2 more, kind of. The 8th thing is I brainstorm and organize my goals. I kind of mentioned that goals spreadsheet, and I'll go through and I kind of make like a key list, and that's not a spreadsheet, that's just like a note in Evernote. And I usually group that by strong design goals, Phoenix Supply Co goals, and personal goals. And I've learned over the years, or maybe I'm just getting older and can't do as much, to try to keep that to like maybe like 3 to 5 max. I mean, the more pointed you can be on those, just the more focus each one's gonna have, right? I'm not the best at narrowing things down, because I always just have 1,000 things I wanna do. But I will make those goal lists that are kind of abbreviated. They're like big goal lists. And then I will make that spreadsheet, which kind of breaks some of them up and also sometimes covers some other things that aren't necessarily one of those big goals, but it's maybe just like a clerical thing I need to do. Like one year I needed to like switch email systems, you know? That's not really like a big year goal, but it's like a thing that has to happen that's a little time consuming. So I'll put that in my spreadsheet. All right, last and least, this is a bonus item. And it is purging lists. You gotta be a real neatnik like me to want to waste time on this, but guys, I kind of do it. The first thing I purge is my Amazon Save for Later list. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but mine is very long by the end of the year. Sometimes it's almost so long that like my checkout page has a hard time loading. So I always purge that, and if I think it's something I still might want to buy at some point, I'll save it to a wish list. In lots of times, it's just like 8 other variations of something I've already bought, and so then I'll just delete those. I also take a look at like my bookmarks in my web browser. And then this one's super nerdy, your Amazon wish lists, which truth be told, I want to do that and have not gotten to it yet. And I am guessing probably won't get to it. But sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, these wish lists are so huge and they've got to just have tons of crap that I'm never, like there's something I was into like 3 years ago that I will never buy. That's a bonus for the super nerdy among us. So that's what I do to start the year. I've done this for a lot of years now. I'm to the point I've got kind of all these different, like I keep this list that I just iterated with you. I keep this as a checklist in Evernote, and I just go through it. I start like as soon as I can in December, like whenever I just kind of have a window. Sometimes December gets away from me and it's one of the first things I do when I come back to work in January. But I got a lot of it done in December this year, shockingly. And it felt so good to not have to come back from holiday vacation and like do all of this. It felt good to come back to almost all of it already done. So the biggest thing I've been working on is those sales reports, because you can't have a sales report till the month is done. So that's what I've got. I hope that somehow this is like inspiring or helpful for you. Like I said, the couple of things, specific things that I mentioned, I'll put links to them in descriptions. If it's from Amazon, it probably is an affiliate link, just, you know, full disclosure. If you don't know how those work, that just means I get probably a few pennies from the sale of that item if you choose to buy it using that link. So, but just wanted to disclose that. Yeah, that's everything, you guys. Yay for my first real long video. Hopefully I can keep posting these, but this is one of my big goals for the year, is to like really get this channel launched. I hope you like it. If you've got questions, drop them in the comments box. Let's try to keep it positive. I'm new at this, so give me grace. But if there's something else you want to know about, like leave me a comment. Like I am looking for fodder of like what you guys all, you know, maybe 3 of you that are watching this want to know. If you want me to deep dive on one of these things, let me know and I can look into doing that. All right. I hope you guys have a great beginning of your new year, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Hey guys, it's Editing Melissa here. I can't believe it, but I recorded that entire video and completely forgot to tell you that I made you a downloadable checklist of all of these things. It'll be the first link in the description box. I'll try to remember to pin a comment with it as well. It's totally free. Just click on the link, download the checklist. I got to thinking as I was recording this that this was a rather long list and there's like subsections to the sections, and so I thought the checklist might be helpful for you. Happy New Year!